Thank you very much, Bongiwe. A very good evening to you. Lots that has been happening in and around the world of sport, especially in terms of cricket, where the Proteas have lost the series against India, which of course affects their automatic qualification to next year's World Cup. But of course, we'll get things going with basketball, where it is one of the fastest growing sports on the continent and globally, and with a substantial investment in an NBA Africa League. The sport is looking healthier in the continent than it's ever been. To help us talk about this, we have Franck Traore, who is the head of operations for the NBA Africa League, all the way in Madagascar. Very good evening to you, Franck. Warm welcome to Fullview.
Good evening, Julie, and thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. I think the first thing that we need to talk about is just the growth of basketball on the continent. You know, let's unpack this growth path, especially in terms of the recruitment of players and the popularity of the sport as a whole.
As you mentioned, basketball is growing tremendously, and basketball within the youth is probably one of the most exciting sports, because basketball and music and fashion and culture all goes hand to hand. So it makes it very attractive to the youth all over the continent. So with that said, you know, with the NBA, we're really passionate about the game. We're also intentional in the way that we come up with strategies to continue to develop and grow the game using a pyramid. I'm talking about from grassroots level at the base of the pyramid all the way to elite level. And then on top of the pyramid, we have the Basketball Africa League, which is the Premier League. So our goal is to create platforms and programs where young people in Africa can actually learn to play the game the right way in Africa and be able to go all the way to the professional level without leaving the continent. Obviously, you know, it's important that we develop them, but they should be able to have the talent to be able to play anywhere around the world.
Absolutely. And for a sport to really succeed, especially on the African continent, a huge investment is required. So there were rumors of a $1 billion investment into the sport. What is the commercial interest around basketball? Well,
you know, we're working with a lot of partners all over the continent to come and together, you know, we develop program to develop the youth. So I'm talking about infrastructure. You know, we have investment infrastructure, because young people need to be able to play in safe environment and high level, you know, facilities. That's one thing that is lacking on the continent. So we are working with our partners, current and future partner, to develop 1,000 basketball courts all over the continent. We are also working to develop coaches. We're investing in coaches, because without good coaches, you really cannot develop, you know, the youth, and you're not going to be able to have the type of talent that we can find elsewhere around the world, such as the US or Europe, etc. So we're also investing on administrators, because it's important to invest on administrators and referees so that they have quality, you know, game management, and all that together. We have to build a proper ecosystem to be able to support our efforts. So there's a significant amount of investment, financial and human resources, to be able to put it together. We're working closely with our partner FIBA. At the moment in Madagascar, we're working with FIBA Africa on a youth development, a youth basketball program, where 40 young men and women are here, you know, showcasing their talent, high level. They're from all over Africa. And then from Madagascar, we're going to Senegal. From Senegal, we're going to Morocco. So as you see, you know, we take the development of basketball seriously. We know that there's opportunity, and we understand that with the work with our partners, we will be able to really push the sports to the highest level possible on the continent.
Absolutely, Frank. And of course, you know, players cannot operate in isolation on the continent, especially those that are playing in the league. So talk to us about the relationship that you have with other continents and some of the playing opportunities, if we may put it that way, for the players that are in the NBA Africa League.
So at the junior NBA level, we have a program called, the Junior NBA World Championship. And we always take the best team from Africa going against the best team from China, India, the US, Canada, Australia. So it's a platform where young people, African young people, get to play against some of the top players of their age group. And, before pre-COVID, the Africa team was able to go to the finals, but unfortunately, they didn't win, but they showed resilience and strength. So they really gave us hope that with the hard work that we're doing, the future is very bright. And then you have at the NBA Academy level.
Of course, Frank. And maybe just to quickly chat about the league starting next week and the formats that we can expect.
Yeah, so next week we have the finals to the Johannesburg League, the Johannesburg Junior NBA League in Soweto. We're very excited about it. So we're inviting everybody from the Johannesburg area to come and support the youth. And we're hoping to continue to build that asset, so to give more opportunities to the youth in the Johannesburg area.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Very exciting. Unfortunate there that we ran out of time. But that was, of course, Franck Traore. He is the head of operations for the NBA Africa League. And, of course, the league starts next week. It will be exciting. If you are in and around Soweto, make sure that you do come through. Let's leave it there for now from the Sport Desk.